Matt Rempe, a towering 6'9" rookie with fists of fury, has taken the NHL by storm. In his first 17 games, he's racked up 71 penalty minutes, 1 goal, 1 assist, and thousands in suspension fines. This monstrous giant has become the league's most talked about newcomer, sparking debates about his role in modern hockey. As one analyst put it, Rempe's impact goes beyond the stat sheet. But is he the future of the sport, or its biggest problem? And what does his rise say about the evolving role of enforcers in the NHL? We're crunching the numbers and reviewing the tape to understand the truth behind this controversial rookie sensation. Matt Rempe's NHL debut was no ordinary game. It was the outdoor 2024 Stadium Series at MetLife Stadium with over 70,000 fans watching. The 6th-round draft pick, who'd been grinding it out in the minors, finally got his shot at the big leagues, and he made quite an entrance. In his first NHL shift, before the puck was put in play, Rempe dropped the gloves with Matt Martin of the New York Islanders. The crowd erupted as these two giants squared off. Rempe, at 6'9", towered over the 6'3" Martin. The fight was brief but intense, with Rempe landing several solid punches. When it ended, he skated to the penalty box, waving his arms up to the crowd, sporting a big grin. The crowd loved the spectacle, but it wasn't without controversy. Some commentators questioned whether this old-school approach fit the modern NHL, especially with growing concerns about player safety and concussions. As the game progressed, Rempe's penalty minutes outweighed his ice time. His teammates praised his energy and physicality, with Chris Kreider saying, "He's not afraid of anyone." Even Rangers coach Peter Laviolette noted, "He was impactful right away." Rempe isn't your typical rookie. He fought his way up through the minor leagues. In the AHL, he was known more for his fists than his scoring, accumulating 96 penalty minutes in 43 games. Rempe's style is like a time machine on skates, bringing back memories of hockey's rougher days. He embodies the classic enforcer role, there to protect star players and intimidate opponents. However, the NHL has been moving away from this type of player for some time, focusing more on speed and skill. This clash between old and new hockey philosophies makes Rempe's debut all the more intriguing. Will he adapt to the modern game, or will his throwback style find a place in today's NHL? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, Matt Rempe's first game is one that fans won't soon forget. Matt Rempe's NHL debut in his rookie season was anything but quiet. In his first 5 games, Rempe spent a staggering 24 penalty minutes in the box, nearly 5 minutes per game. His aggressive play quickly caught the attention of fans, opponents, and the league office alike. Rempe's stat sheet raised eyebrows. He had more fights than points, and more time in the penalty box than on the ice. The situation escalated when Rempe delivered a controversial hit on New Jersey Devils' Jonas Siegenthaler. The collision left Siegenthaler dazed on the ice, drawing immediate criticism from players and analysts. The league responded swiftly, handing Rempe his first suspension, a 4-game ban for an elbow to the head. But the rookie's aggressive style didn't stop there. On December 20th, 2024, Rempe outdid himself with a bone-crushing hit on Dallas Stars defenseman Miro Heiskanen. The result? A major penalty, a game misconduct, and 8-game suspension for boarding and elbowing. The NHL's Department of Player Safety didn't hold back, stating that Rempe's hit violated multiple league rules. Fans were divided on Rempe's wild ride through the NHL. Some hockey diehards loved seeing the return of old-school grit to the game, cheering Rempe's willingness to drop the gloves and play with an edge. Others weren't so thrilled, especially with player safety concerns at an all-time high. After the Heiskanen hit, even Rempe seemed to realize he might have crossed a line. He acknowledged becoming a marked man in the NHL and talked about the need to play smarter. "I've got to pick my hits more carefully," Rempe said, showing a hint of self-awareness. Social media exploded with reactions to Rempe's physical play. Some fans praised his throwback style, while others called for a serious reevaluation of his role in the modern NHL. One thing was clear, Matt Rempe had become the talk of the hockey world, for better or for worse. Imagine losing $100,000 in a matter of weeks. That's like watching a year's salary for many people vanish into thin air. For Matt Rempe, the Rangers' rookie enforcer, this financial nightmare became a reality due to his aggressive playstyle. Rempe's rise to NHL fame came with a hefty price tag. His first major penalty in March of 2024 resulted in a 4-game suspension for elbowing Jonas Siegenthaler. But that was just the beginning. The devastating hit on Miro Heiskanen of the Dallas Stars led to an 8-game suspension and a whopping $80,000 fine. To put this into perspective, many NHL rookies earn around $750,000 per year. Rempe's fines have essentially wiped out over 13% of a typical rookie's annual salary. That's a significant blow for a player still trying to establish himself in the league. The impact of Rempe's suspensions extends beyond his personal finances. His frequent absences have forced the Rangers to constantly adjust their lineup and strategy. One anonymous teammate expressed frustration, saying, "We love Matt's energy, but we need him on the ice, not in the press box." Rangers coach Peter Laviolette finds himself in a tricky position. He appreciates Rempe's physicality, but has had to address the elephant in the room. The frequency of these suspensions is becoming a real problem. Laviolette has emphasized the need for Rempe to clean up his game, walking a fine line between encouraging his young player's aggressive style and reining in the costly penalties.
I'd like to see him establish his game. And like you said, most of it was quick the other night. A lot of it's been like that. I would like to see him play the game.
To his credit, Rempe seems to be taking the criticism to heart. He's acknowledged that he needs to adapt his approach, saying, "I don't have to make every hit. I've got to be able to pick my hits, to know when to make the hit." It's a promising sign that Rempe understands the consequences of his actions and is willing to evolve. But the question remains, can Rempe find a way to maintain his physical edge without crossing the line? The financial toll of suspensions is clear, but the long-term impact on his career could be even more significant. As the NHL continues to prioritize player safety, enforcers like Rempire are facing increased scrutiny. Will Matt Rempe's fists be enough to keep him in the NHL, or will he need to evolve his game to survive? The NHL has changed a lot over the past decade, and Matt Rempe finds himself at a crossroads. The league that once celebrated enforcers now questions their very existence. So where does that leave our rookie tough guy? Let's look at the numbers. NHL fights have plummeted from 645 in the 2010-11 season to a projected 282 this year, a massive 50% drop. The enforcer era is fading fast, and Rempe's 2 points in 22 NHL games raise concerns about his offensive contributions in a league focused on speed, skill, and scoring. Rempe seems to be getting the message. During the offseason, he put in serious work to improve his overall game. He spent hours on power skating and puck management, trying to become more than just a one-dimensional player. Rempe knows that fighting is just a small part of what he needs to bring to the table. He said it himself. He needs to become a better all-around player to stick around in the NHL. Experts have mixed opinions on Rempe's future. George Larocque, a former enforcer, sees potential for Rempe to develop into a solid third liner if he can improve his skills and reduce dangerous hits. On the flip side, Bruce Boudreau warns that Rempe's next misstep could result in another lengthy suspension, potentially derailing his NHL dreams. But here's the thing. Rempe's walking a thin line. If he can't adapt his style, he might find himself in hot water. Boudreau didn't mince words when he said, if he does anything wrong, the next one will be a 10-game or a 12-game suspension. That's a pretty scary thought for a young player trying to make his mark in the league. All eyes are on Rempe. Can he write a new chapter in his NHL story? Can he evolve his game to fit the modern NHL? Or will he become a relic of hockey's past? If you enjoyed this video on Matt Rempe, check out this one about Connor Bedard's lifestyle. It's not what you think.
I get paid to play hockey, so it's a dream come